hope you all are having a very blessed day. It was a beautiful day here on the mountain. It was up to about 66 or 67 degrees and the sun was shining. So the chickens and the kittens were all outside and everybody was very, very happy. We are here with our next project, and this is going to be something different. This is still going to be a quilt, but it's going to be a small wall hanging or something that can be put into a frame, and it's going to have all sorts of fanciful fabrics on it, and we're just going to make kind of an abstract meadow and sky and some wildflowers. I have beautiful, beautiful wildflower meadows here on my farm, and they just take your breath away. There's no denying God exists when you see one of these places, when it's in full bloom. I take myself up there and I just sit there in silence and I watch the butterflies and the bees, and the perfume from the flowers is just overwhelming. It just brings so much joy to my heart. So I just love these wildflower meadows. So today we're going to be making something akin to that, a very abstract, fun, and quick project that you can do with some fanciful fabrics, or you can use cottons. So let me get the camera turned around and we will get started. Okay, this is my sample piece, and it has some sky color and it has a lot of grass color. And it's quite small. I think I did like a 5x7. I drew 5x7 lines on this fabric. So it's very simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of fabric, and you can make it as fancy as you like. So we're actually using the Bernina today. And I have a darning foot on, number 26 foot. And I'm using multiple threads. I have a medium green, I have a pale blue, I have white, and I'm using bits of fabric and I'm making them rough and frayed. I have some tulle. I found this, I thought it made a nice sky fabric. Here we go. That's kind of what I used. And I have quite a collection of fancy fabrics. Sanjay is from India, so if you know anything about India, you know they love their fancy fabrics and their jewelry, and they have such beautiful, beautiful clothes. And so I have a lot of Indian sari samples and scraps. And this collection of fancy fabric goes back 40 years. So, I mean, just look at that stuff. Isn't that great? And I deliberately made it fray if it wasn't already frayed. I took my little cleaning brush and I rubbed on the fabric. And it's very simple. It's abstract. It doesn't have to look exactly like a photograph. So let me get a piece of fabric to use as the base and we'll get started. Okay, I put the frame on here. It's another 5x7 piece, and I do have to change the color, or let's see, if we're going to go with sky, I could leave that white in there. And I am just cutting off fabric and laying it on, and the skin on my hands is very dry, so these fanciful fabrics get kind of hung up. They get stuck to my fingers. I have little bits of this, and I have this beautiful silk here, and I'm going to take my little brush and I am just going to rough this up. Beautiful silk threads. You can just sprinkle them in there and let them stay. Here's some more beautiful silk that I have. And you want to try and do it. The sky should either be 1/3 or 2/3. Don't make it 50-50. Don't make it half grass, half sky. And we can start with this, and I'm not doing anything crazy. All I am doing is tacking everything down. And I am using my hands here to kind of hold everything down. If you have a stiletto, you can use that. And we can add some more things in here. I have small bits of colored tulle in my hand here, so we can kind of just stitch those down. And you can bend it and tuck it and twist it and do anything you like with it. Just tuck it and flip it and twist it and do all sorts of. And now we can move on to some grass. And I will change the thread for that, so let me get this out of the way for a second. Now we can start layering some greens. And oh, did I find something really cool. Look at that piece. That is awesome. So that's definitely going. It's going to go down in the foreground. But that's a lot of fun. And it doesn't take a lot of fabric. I also have some camo velvet. That looks good. For now we're going to do some back. This can just be the sunshine on this little hill here. Okay, where's that little brush? Some very pale green here, and you can leave it wrinkled up like that. Yep, just leave it all wrinkled like that. Adds texture. I have some more crushed velvet, some of this lovely, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Cut the selvage off. Put this down first. And you can pin this if you're not comfortable just laying it on here. But I will sew it down as I get to it. You can sew it down in layers too if you like. I think I will do that here. I think we'll start right here, and I'm going to tuck some of this underneath the sky, or it can go over it. It's whatever your vision is. I have some of it going under, I have some of it going over, and I'll start over here. I am using needle down. And you just go slow. You can manipulate the fabric as you're moving it. Now you seem to be working. There we go. Nope. You know, this is why I use the 301. This is why I use the 301. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully this machine is going to cooperate now. Okay, now let's add some more. And you can sew creases and tucks in here and gathers. Just stick it under their foot there. That I think will be the last piece that I sew on. Let's see, we have some of this here lovely stuff. Just kind of tuck it under there. And let's see what else we can stick on there. And now I think the last piece will be a bit of this. So that's where we are. some sky, we have some grass, and this looks like tall grass blowing in the wind. So that looks, I like that. That looks very nice. You can add more stuff on here. You can add as much or as little as you want. If you want some shadows, you could add some colored tulle. Let's see where I could stick some of this. This stuff's hard to cut because it's hard to see. You can just tear it, make some nice rough edges, and then we can just, this is a little difficult to sew down, but just take your time and don't panic. And if it snags on the foot, or what happens to me is it'll actually fold over the foot and the needle will sew it to the foot. So what you can do is you can just tuck it in or you can cut it, but don't worry about it. Don't get upset. So I'm just folding down folds of it. See? It sewed it to the foot. I don't know if I can show that to you. Let me see if I can get you in there. Let's see if I can't zoom you in. Zoom. Okay, so what happened is the excess folded over the foot and the needle punched it down. So the first thing to do is take your needle up and then get in here with your snips. In fact, what I will do is I'll actually cut the thread, and you can see now, see how it's sewed to that? But it is not a problem. We just cut it off and just cut it off. There we go. It is cut off, and now that just adds to the texture, and we're just gonna fold it over, and it just provides a little bit of shadow here. Okay, so we start again. And we just tuck it down under the foot. And I'm just gonna bunch it up a wee bit. I don't know, let me back up a little bit. Kind of bunch it up and it creates a shadow effect. Yep, there we go. Let's take that out and see what it looks like. I am liking that very much. And now I think what I will do is I'll pull out some more threads. I've got all sorts of fun stuff here that we can use to make stems. You can see this. So I'm going to find some green. I guess I could use some yellow too. These are fanciful flowers. They can have any color stems you like. There. And I do not have a zigzag needle plate on, so I'm not going to be able to use a zigzag. I'm so used to the 301, I keep going back here to put the foot down. Keep forgetting that it goes on the foot pedal. And I'm just going slow, and I'm just catching it with the needle and stitching it down. I hope everybody is excited about what's going on at Asbury University in Kentucky. They've had a week-long revival. They had their normal Wednesday service last Wednesday. Today is also Wednesday. And the students never left. They have been praying for a week. People have come from all over the country to be there. People have been healed. And people have been saved. And I just think it's a wonderful thing. And it's gotten so big that the media, which does not like to cover this type of stuff, is actually covering it. Very exciting time. Okay, there's some stems. I have a lot of this sari edging. Cut a piece of this. Okay, so I have this piece of purple silk, and I am going to just gather it, and I'm just going to sew it down. I can sew it right down here, and I'm not even going to change my thread color. Okay, so there is our first little flower. I have more of this, and this also has some greenish gold in it. And see, basically I'm just bunching it up under my finger and giving it a bit of a twist, which makes it look like the petals are moving. Gives it a little 3D effect. Okay, there's our second little flower. I'm going to do another one. Let me go get another piece. Oh, this is nice. That one's pretty. See how it's wrinkled, so I'm using those wrinkles to my advantage. I'm just kind of tucking it in. Doesn't have to be a real flower shape. Keep it any way you like it here. Okay, so there's that. Okey-doke. Now let's see, what else can we do? So much stuff here. Goodness gracious, look at this box of yum. I have got oodles and oodles and oodles of this. Okay, I'm very sorry. I thought I was recording. My husband called me and interrupted me, and that kind of like flustered me. So unfortunately, I sewed this flower down without you seeing it. And I apologize profusely. I used a length of this that was all nice and frayed, beautiful Indian silk, and I just used all the creases to make flower petals, and I just sewed it down. Let's see what else we can do. I'd like to do another one with you on camera because I feel real bad about that. I have that. That's lots of fun. So if we can just wrinkle them up and just kind of sew them down on top of each other. Okay, let's see. There we go. I will do this again. I'll leave the green thread in. I'll leave it in. Come on, move. I think that's adorable. I like that. Let's do it again. Okay, so I'm just pinching that down. I'll just stick it right here. Okay, there's the second one. Oh, I love those. Yeah, I like them. Let's see, this one's popping up. Tuck it down again. Okay. I like those orange ones. They're pretty. So you could keep going and going and going and going. You can make a big piece. You can make a triptych where you make 3 of these and put them together. I absolutely love this. All right, let me go move it over and trim it down, and we can take a look at it. I really like these. They're lots of fun. Very easy to do. I have a frame here. I made a thread painting in a class, and it was in this frame. So I am going to trim this down a wee bit. Okay, let's see how that looks in here. Now, get on there straight like. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. I love the little orange flowers. That was lots of fun. Let's see how the other one looks. Okay, so that one could probably do with a larger frame, but you can make these as large as you want, as small as you want. If you want to get real Real fiddly. You could get in there with some fancy threads and small ribbons and use your tweezers to hold things down as you're sewing. But I just think that these are really, really sweet. Let me take you out of the holder. And I just think that they're very sweet. And I think I may do a giveaway with these. This one I haven't done the stay stitching. Here you can see I did some stay stitching, so I have to do that on this. So and then maybe I'll make a few more, and maybe we'll do some giveaways. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have myself, I don't know, maybe a live stream and give it away at a live stream. That might work. Aren't they sweet? Very, very pretty. Silly little scraps of fabric, a little bit of thread, a little bit of time, and there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video. I hope that you had fun. I hope you learned something, and I hope you'll give this technique a try. It's so easy, and it doesn't take a lot. I had some 10-inch square batik that I was using for another project, and it didn't turn out, so I had them laying around. So I took a 10-inch square. I drew the size of the artwork, the border that I wanted. I did a 5x7, and you can do any size you like. The smaller you work, the more fiddly it's going to be. So just be aware of that. Take your time. Avoid a bucket of coffee just before you start, because that probably won't end well. Buzzing, jittering vibrations. So take your time, go slow, have fun. That's what this is all about. If you're not having fun, then it's not for you. Try something else. Go back to patchwork or applique or whatever else you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed yourselves with me. I want to thank you all for your subscribing and for your kind comments. I have just been so overwhelmed. I have goosebumps, and I feel so loved by all of your wonderful comments. They just make my day. So thank you so very much for taking the time to watch my silly little videos and for leaving your kind comments. It really does a lot to make this old gal giggle and be happy. And please come back soon right here at 70 Acre Studio for our next project real soon, and I will talk to you then. Please have a blessed day, a blessed week. I hope that you're surrounded by His light and His love, and thank you all so much again for watching. Take care of yourselves. God bless.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy.